watch. He can do more stuff with one hand than most people can do with two. You know, when it comes to hitting balls, this is what he does. Okay?
Well, you hear Lee talking about the left arm, and the reason I started doing this, I got a little older, about 2000. Body didn't feel quite as good as it used to be, and I wanted to go from a draw to a cut because the balls were getting harder, the balls were going further, and I couldn't control the draw as much, so I went to a cut. Stood out one day and kept hooking these 8 irons and 9 irons, just hitting it like crap. Let me get my wedge, and I went out and just started hitting one-arm wedges, like with an L wedge, flop shot, and all that stuff. And I felt this forearm here getting a lot stronger, which if your left arm's strong, you can work the club any way you want, like Lee was saying. So, wow, my left arm's strong, it's just going to be easier to hit a cut. So I just started doing this, and it actually helped the tempo of my golf swing, because if you've ever seen me play, my swing's just a little past parallel. So he was talking about deceleration. He's right, you don't want to decel, but I do this drill just so I don't, decel. And I practice it a lot. I don't hit them all solid, but that left arm is going just like Lee said, like up against that board, that's where I want to finish. And that left arm is right there ahead of the ball in the club, and that's where you want it. That's how you can balance the shot that Lee was telling you. Like sometimes I get a little flopper. I got the 54 here, but I just like to chip and hit this way. And it's all about this left arm getting to the club and not decelerating like Lee pointed out with something great.
Yeah, where we get this from, he and I both are magicians with the golf club. I hit a shot the other day, and my caddy will tell you this was pro-am. Yesterday it was on 15. Yeah. On 15, I was up by the tee marker. Another tee, 53 yards. And there's a tree on the left. So I said to the guy, I said, I can take my driver. I said, I can take my driver and hit a high cut. I said, over that tree. To that marker. He said, what? I said, I can take this driver and hit a high cut. And I hit it 3 feet. If I'd have stood there with a wedge with 100 balls, I'd have never hit it 3 feet. But here's what I did to it, and this is what I brought this up. Is John and I are like range, we call them range rats. And that's what we came from golf courses that we'd go out to the range and we would clean up the side of the ranges with one golf club, and we would hit balls to one area. So it was always a different shot. But I stood there with his driver, and I sat there. Yours is too strong for me. Mine is almost 12. But I took this thing way up, like this, and I hit it. I hit it about 3 feet.
Come on, John, hit the driver.
You're so young.
Well, I used to play a par 3 course with a bottle, Dr. Pepper bottle. And the longest hole was 100 yards, the shortest hole was 55 yards. And the longest hole was about here to that green over there. And I had it taped to the bottle. Way back in the 50s, it was real thick. You remember that Dr. Pepper bottle? It was the big one. I'd tape it and I'd put a glove on the right side, on my right hand, and I'd throw the ball up, boom, and I'd hit it. And I could hit it about 100 yards. And I used to gamble on that thing because I couldn't play nobody would play me with clubs. And I never lost a match because I would take the tie. They'd say, well, you're going to play with that? I said, yeah. What do you want? What handicap is it? Yeah. I said, I'll take the tie. If I tie you on the hole, I'll win. Good. And I'd lay the bottle down this way and putt with a putt. Shit, I can putt better with that than I can with my putter. And yeah, I used to use it all the time. I want you to hit a couple of drives for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can do it. Well, he's got to get delivered up. Now, John, you'll notice the backswing. He's always been able to take the club way back. John's very supple. In other words, he can turn his body more than most people. Used to.
Oh, that's huge.
yeah.
Oh, baby.
Yeah.
So what was
And you know what? And he's lost 50 yards.
I don't think so.
Yo, no, he's lost 50.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. He's lost a good 50.
John, pick up those pictures.
Yeah.
No.
They're all right here, baby.
You picked him up. Plus, now you see that driver that he has there. You know, see, he's all his grips. See, these are not mid-size; these are jumbo-size grips. Number one. Number two, that driver is not 45 inches long. It's shorter, and he controls it better. You see. What is it? 44. I was going to say 44 and a half. Yeah, I can feel it when I picked it up.
It does make a huge difference.
Yeah.
When you shorten the club, the one thing most of you don't realize, you stiffen the golf shaft when you shorten the club. So it stiffs up and you may start hitting things a little right. The longer the shaft, the more you hit it left. And like Lee was saying earlier, the long drive guys were 57,
52 inches long.
Those
That
long drive guys.
Oh, yeah.
And they've knocked that down to 52 now.
Yeah.
But the longer the shaft, the more whippy the shaft should be, the more tendency if you're right-handed to hit the ball left. The stiffer the shaft, you know, the shorter the club. The club gets stiffer. Now we have S3 wedges. I have S3, it's a very weak shaft, but when it's that short, it's still pretty stiff.
Right.
So, something to think about when you're playing. But I've always been a guy that trying to swing the golf club, the takeaway especially, like a wedge. And Lee is so right that is, to me, the most important club in the bag, because y'all hit 18 greens every time you go play?
No.
We don't either. So, and you know, to get up and down in certain places that we do, to win tournaments and stuff, that we go to that. That's our #1 priority, because nobody wants to putt a 5-footer when you should have chipped it to a gimme, right, or chipped it in. That's the way we do it.
Yeah. Well, you know, I did a survey once and talked about it, and I said, if you really look at the tour, the average greens hit per round for 156 players is 14. Some will hit 18, 17, 16. Some will only hit 9. But the average is usually around 13.5 to 14 greens. The average birdies, if you look, that's made by each individual on the PGA Tour, again with 156 people, is just less than 4. Now, all that tells you is who wins. The guy that keeps them. And the guy that keeps those birdies is the guy that can use a wedge. That's why Mickelson, if you look at Mickelson, he can't drive it in a 40-acre field. But I'm going to tell you something. That guy's 48 years old, and you don't want no part of him. He can still play like hell. And he's a putter, but his wedge game is. And you know what? He wasn't gifted with it. He learned that. He worked, in other words, to get to where he was with that. And he's not bad with that putter either. You know, the driver he's a little weak with. He's always been weak. And I always talk to Callaway about it. I says, how can you get him to do a commercial with a driver when the man can't get a fairway? They got Champ now, though. They got Champ now. You know, they got that boy Champ on there now. Callaway. Oh, Lord, does he hit it long. Huh? Oh, my God. He's going to play Augusta this year. He may be chipped it back. He's going to drive it over 3. He'll drive it over number 3. Yeah. He'll drive it over 3. He'll find all those trees on 18.
Oh, he's long. I play with him in safe play.
He is long. He is really long. And you know what it is? It doesn't look like he's Question. We will answer your question.
What do you do with your son, John Jr.? What's the best thing that you've given him as far as like your advice, future?
Trust fund. Trust fund.
We know Daniel's.
I'm 79. I know my boy treating me all right.
Daniel's taken care of, but we love your son.
Thank you. No, he doesn't. You know, I taught him the grip and taught him some things when he was real little. He started playing when he was 2, and now I let the coaches do all of it.
So you don't really do much coaching, or do you just?
I mean, I do. If it's, you know, but for little John and me, one thing we've been lucky is ball position.
Oh, good.
I mean, there's 2 things. For me, is ball position and the pace of my backswing. Other than that, if that's flowing, I feel like I'm gonna have a pretty good day.
Tell you, you have a lot to be proud of.
Yeah, and he's kind of the same way though, and he's so gifted around the greens that.
You have any kids?
We were with you, Lee, last
Huh?
year. We were with you.
They don't listen to you, do they?
Yeah, we were.
Do they listen to you?
No.
What the hell?
they
Why?
never.
You look
got
at
it, right.
Coaches.
Yeah, I get that out of my son. Hey, I go watch him play a tournament. He might not play good. You just weren't finishing your backswing.
Oh, yeah,
The
Dad.
next day, I say, hey, Dad, Nick told me I wasn't finishing my backswing. He helped me out. Thank you all for being out here. I want to introduce somebody.
Oh, go ahead.
John,
Major Ed.
do you ever think you'll go back and try Niagara Falls again?
No.
Where?
Niagara Falls.
Niagara Falls.
Hitting it over.
Hitting it over Niagara Falls.
Oh, that's crazy.
I hit the rock.
You're in the rock.
You're close.
Yeah.
Close.
Oh, yeah.
But the reason we do this, and I'm a proud wingman for Folds of Honor. I want to bring a very special
Yeah.
guest.